This week we look at number 9 in our series on managing for the master. This is entitled Beware of Covetousness. And I'm not sure that we can necessarily think we're always being understood when we go outside of our church community and talk to people who perhaps don't know what covetousness is all about. Yes, we know we shall not covet. That's in the commandments, but reminds me a little bit of a street preacher over there in Norwich in England. He used to warn people of the sin of concupiscence, and I guarantee not a one of those people he was trying to talk to understood what he was going on about. So let's talk about what does it really mean to covet. Covet means to desire, to really want something that isn't yours, that doesn't belong to you. And that's not just things, as it says there in the 10th commandment. It's not just about those possessions, but even don't covet your neighbor's wife. Don't want things, people, relationships that are not appropriate. That is also part of covetousness. Let's look at one of the major texts for our study this time, and that's in Isaiah 14, verse 12 and on. Let me read it to you. Morning star, who's that? Lucifer. So you know who we're talking to. Son of the dawn, how you have fallen from heaven, destroyer of nations, you have been cut down to the ground. You said to yourself, I will ascend to heaven. I will raise my throne above the stars of God. I will sit enthroned on the mount of meeting, the summit of the northern mountain. I will ascend to the high places above the clouds. I will make myself like the Most High. And who is the primary person in all of that? It's I. That selfish desire for something. Did he exhibit the sin of covetousness? Absolutely. He said, I want that. And most of all, at the very end, I will make myself like the Most High. As if a created being could in any way take the place of the Creator. It was crazy, and that's part of what sin really is. It's insanity. It's completely mad to think that a created being could take the place of the Creator. But that's exactly what Lucifer wanted and what he tried to do. So there's a glaring example of the problem of covetousness. What is that really all about? Not only do we have that text in Isaiah 14, we're given material from Ephesians, Joshua, John, Acts, 1 Corinthians, and Luke. So take a look at all those different texts and see what that is all about. William Shakespeare defined it this way: desire of having is the sin of covetousness. The desire of having. You want to have that. You want to possess that. You want to take that for yourself. And in the scope of the great controversy, what is the devil trying to do? He's trying to take over from God. He covets what God has, if you could say it that way. Of course, he doesn't covet the real nature of God. He doesn't covet loving kindness. He doesn't covet all the good things of God, the virtues of God, the way that he is merciful and expressing himself in love to all his creation. No, he wants power and he wants position. That's what he's thinking about. I want all that for myself, to use it in a way that is totally selfish. I want this for what I can get out of it. That's what I'm looking for. Does it sound a bit like the way that we are? Covetousness is the great misfortune, says Lao Tzu. One who does not know what is enough will never have enough. Do you look around yourself and say, I want this, I want that? Especially in terms of possessions, housing, car, whatever it might be. Or are you saying, like Paul says, I've learned whatever state I am therewith to be content. I'm satisfied with what I have. And what I'm really looking for, as Paul also says, is running towards the prize of the high calling in Christ Jesus. That's what I'm looking forward to being one with God at the end of my life, whatever may happen in between, that is my objective, to be home together with my loving Lord. That is for each and every one of us the main objective as God completes the resolution of the great controversy.